He aged 26, Nolan Ryan aged 46. Was he throwing at him? Robin thinks about it and says yes. And watch. And count. Nolan, 6 consecutive punches to the face, and then everyone gets involved in the melee. Ryan just grabbed him like he's gonna grab a steer when he brands him, right? 6 consecutive punches. And then the melee ensued after that. The amazing thing in all of this, Ventura was tossed because he charged the mound. He should have been. But Nolan was not, despite throwing enough punches to get you thrown out of an NHL game. Gene Lamont was rightly unhappy. He got tossed, too.
After nearly a 2-hour rain delay, tied at 1 in the third, Kirk McCaskill serves one up to Danny Tartable. For Danny, his 25th of the year, so the Yanks had a 2-1 lead. In the 4th inning, Gene Lamont, the Chicago manager, tossed by Drew Coble after arguing a non-call at second base. Field in, bottom 4, second and third, Sox up 2-zip. Joey Cora facing Jim Abbott. Mike Gallego, the stop, going home. Matt Noakes drops the ball. Ozzie Guillen is safe for now. And now he's out. Home plate umpire Tim Sheeta says Guillen never, ever got a piece of the plate. Well, Sheeta would be wrong. If you're scoring at home, score at E, umpire. Then
next batter, Moises Alou, and Francisco Cordova hit him. That's why he's cruising towards the mound. Cordova got tossed from the game without a warning. Gene Lamont came out and just lost it. And then he got tossed by Joe West. And Moises Alou just checking it out, sitting on his hat.
Know whether this will. Well, now he hits him, and that is it for Christensen. He's out of the game.
And at this point, you don't assume coincidence.
Christensen perhaps in retaliation for Oral Hershiser hitting 2 of his teammates.
RBI. Now, bottom second, Shane Reynolds' pitch is called a strike by Phil Cuzzy. Pirates manager Gene Lamont did not agree. Cuzzy tosses him from the dugout, and then, okay, Cuzzy's a spot cross. Lamont's a bit miffed. They're both a tad irked, and eventually the game would go on.
Bruce Fremming is hearing it from the dugout, and somebody is tossed. You hear him say, "Get out of here." I don't know if it was Gene Lamont that got tossed, but you saw Bruce Fremming. Well, it must have been Lamont.
Well, the only thing that I can think of is perhaps Gino was yelling them about some pitches that got called balls last inning. That has to be what it's about. You know, Fremming has one of the shortest fuses there are.
Aviles at the plate. Go ahead run on second base with 2 outs. Aviles appears to swing and miss at the Doug Fister breaking pitch. That would have ended the inning, but the umpiring crew says the ball hit the dirt and the at-bat would have to continue. Jim Leland comes out to argue. Take another look at this one. The ball is caught cleanly by Gerald Laird. Aviles should have been struck out. Third base coach Gene Lamont ejected in between innings, and then once the top half of the third starts, Jim Leland gets run. First base umpire Bill Welke tosses Leland sitting in the dugout. Leland says, "Who, me?" "Yes, you, Mr. Leland. Your day is done." 62nd career ejection for Leland, and he'll say his piece. Fourth, now a 5-1 Angels lead. Miguel Cabrera at the plate facing C.J. Wilson. He takes a called strike on the outside edge. He doesn't like the call, so he's arguing with the home plate umpire. When his at-bat continues, he grounds it to the 5-4-3 double play. The Tigers would settle for the 1 run in the inning, and in between innings, Cabrera comes out to argue. He gets ejected by home plate ump Tim Timmons, who had taken over behind home plate for Jeff Kellogg because Kellogg was hit in the mask by a foul ball. The Tigers' third base coach Gene Lamont was also ejected for arguing.